friends. I miss you. Are you at your houses too? Yeah, I can't wait till we get to be at church together again. But since it's going to be a little while until that can happen, I thought that I would read you a story. Would that be okay? Well, I keep trying to make this video, to be honest with you. But I have to keep starting over and over and over again because somebody keeps interrupting me and it's really, really annoying. Lammy. This is Lammy. Lammy, why don't you just say hi to the kids? Thank you. Lammy keeps interrupting my video. Lammy, do you want to just be in the video? Okay. How about you? I'm going to read the story to the kids. Would you like to read too? Okay. If you don't know, this is my sheep, Lammy. And Lammy definitely hangs out a lot with our first graders, but he's been with the kindergartners before and the second graders before. Anyone else? Oh, yeah, you've been with the older kids before and the younger kids before. So if you don't know my sheep, Lammy, this is Lammy. Can you say hi to Lammy nice and loud? Awesome. So, Lammy, before we start reading our book, what have you been doing since the kids haven't been here? What do you mean you're worried? Lammy said he's feeling worried. Do you know what worried means? Worried is kind of when you have a lot of feelings inside of you and you're thinking about a lot of things that could go wrong. Well, Lammy, you don't need to be worried. What are you feeling worried about? The corn virus? Lammy, there is no such thing as the corn virus. I don't think so. Do you know what the corn virus is? Buddy, I don't think there's a corn virus. He says the corn virus is when you eat too much corn. Buddy, I don't think you mean the... do you mean the coronavirus? You're worried about the coronavirus? Oh, buddy, Lammy, listen. First of all, sheep don't get the coronavirus. I'm serious. And you know what? We don't need to be worried about even about the coronavirus because even though it's something new and something that we're not sure a lot about, you know what we're really sure of? We're sure that God is bigger than the coronavirus. And you know what else we're sure about? We're sure that God is always in control. Even when it feels like we're not in so much control, or even when this feels confusing and different, we know that we can just trust God. And you know what? This kind of feels like a big problem right now because it's different, but there's something special that can happen when we have problems. Did you know that? He says nothing good can happen from problems. Actually, there is something good that can happen from problems. Can I read you our story? Because our story is going to talk about that. He wants to know if he can sit on my lap for the story. Yes, you can, but you can't interrupt, okay? You do usually interrupt. Don't even give me that face. Does Lammy usually interrupt? All right, be a good Lammy, okay? And we will read our story together, okay? All right, have a seat. Very good. What do you do, Lammy, with a problem? Can you back up so the kids can see? What do you do with the problem? I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but it was there. Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with the problem, I thought. I wanted to make it go away. I shoot it, I scout at it, I tried ignoring it, but nothing worked. started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up? Lamby, back up. I'll show you too. Okay, see? What? Oh. He said that a boy kind of reminds him of himself. Is that what it feels like when you worry about the coronavirus? Okay, well, let's see what happens, okay? Okay, have a seat. What if my problem sneaks up and gets me? What if it takes away all my things? I worried a lot. I worried about what would happen, and I worried about what could happen. I worried about this, and I worried about that. Lamby, do you have a question? Okay, what's your question? Lamby asked, what do I think the boy's worried about? I don't know. What do you think the boy's worried about? Well, we know he has a problem, and we know he thinks about it a lot. But I think if we keep reading, we're going to hear what we can do with the problem. Do you want to keep reading? Okay. The more I worried, the bigger my problem became. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything I could do to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. I didn't feel good at all. Lamby, be a good listener. Thank you. I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. I realized that I had to face it. Oh, I think he's about to be brave. This is a good part. Let's see. So even though I didn't want to, and even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I tackled my problem. When I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought it was. I discovered that it had something beautiful inside. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and to grow, to be brave, and to do something. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities only come once. See, now I look at problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secret. Every problem has an opportunity. You just have to look for it. What'd you think, Lammy? You liked it? Yeah, I liked it too. I love that story. So, guess what? Every problem we have, sometimes it gets scarier and scarier because we're thinking too much about it. Do you think too much about the coronavirus, maybe? Yeah. And maybe you focus too much on the problem? Yeah. It's hard sometimes. It's hard not to worry sometimes. But because we know God is bigger, because we know God is always in control and we can trust Him, guess what? If we think more about Jesus and God instead of our problem, then what do you think becomes bigger, the problem or God in our own minds? That's right, God. If we think more about put more of our thoughts on God instead of our thoughts on our problem, then our thoughts get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger about God. So, even though the coronavirus does feel like a problem, it also is an opportunity for us to trust God more. Lammy wants to know if there's an opportunity for us to do other things with the problem. Yeah, there are. You know what? We could use this as an opportunity to spend more time together as a family. Yeah. Or maybe we could use this as an opportunity to love people who are afraid. Or maybe an opportunity to encourage people. Either we could write them letters or draw them pictures, or our moms and dads could email them or use social media to talk about Jesus, especially the people that don't know Jesus, right? We could use it as an opportunity to care for our friends by calling them and checking in on them. So even though we can't have play dates, even though we can't leave our house, we can still do fun things to hang out with our friends on the phone or on FaceTime or through videos, right? And we can still use this as an opportunity to tell people about God's love, and we can use it as an opportunity to not make the problem big, but to make it our thoughts on God big, because we know that God is more powerful and is always in control, right? Okay, so Lammy, are you feeling a little less worried about the coronavirus? Yeah. So what are you going to do when your mind starts thinking more about the coronavirus? What are you going to do when you start to feel more worried? You could pray. That's a good one. What else could you do? You could tell a parent. That's a good one. What else could you do? He said we can talk more and more about who God is and tell God and have our thoughts be more about God. So let's practice doing that right now. You know what we could do to help us think about God more than the coronavirus or any other worry we might have is we can praise God for who He is. So we can keep saying, I praise you, like God, I praise you because you are fill in the blank. So I'm going to do a couple, and then I'm going to be quiet so that you can do a couple, okay? God, I praise you because you are good. I praise you because you are in control. I praise you because you are powerful. I praise you because you are kind. Your turn. What are you going to praise God for? That's awesome. Every time you're feeling worried, you can keep repeating truths over and over and over again, praising God for who He is. And you know what? Even though that doesn't always make our worries go away, it makes our thoughts bigger about God than about our worries. We want the worry problems to shrink and our focus on God to grow, right? And we can do that best by thinking about God, by praying to God, and by telling a parent when we're feeling scared instead of just thinking about it to ourselves, right? So, no fear, no worry, no problem is too big for God. God is bigger than all of them, right? Right. Good. Well, I can't wait to see you soon, and I hope that we can see each other in person soon because I just miss your faces and miss your voices, but until then, maybe Lammy and I will come on and do another story sometime soon, okay? All right, bye. We love you.